Welcome to Hardcore Garage. Yesterday we talked about my first vehicle, the 72 GMC. I don't know exactly when on my timeline that my second vehicle came around. I'm sure it was, I don't know, within a year or so. I don't know. I was pretty hard on vehicles when I was young. But it was a 81 Fiat X19 Targa top. Had a little tiny motor that was mid-engine mounted. It was kind of a burnt orange or orangish red color. It was a pretty fun car. Took a couple of my tall friends for a cruise in it, and we'd have to take the top off. This one dude that went to our school had a mohawk, and it was hilarious when me and him would ride around with his hair sticking out of the roof. Had an 8-track in it when I first got it, and I had to get one of those 8-track converters so you could play cassettes, and mine actually had reverse and forward, not just forward. So that was nice. There really wasn't much room in one, kind of built like an MR2. Had a glove box. There was literally no room behind the seats at all, other than to put like a notebook or something flat in your back of your seat, rode right up against it, just like a truck. There was a little shelf right below the rear window, and I had 6x9s stacked on that. Probably very dangerous. Everything inside of it was black fur, not the real long pimp fur, but you know, the short, maybe ½ inch to an inch long fur, black everything, Playboy bunny everything, just like the other truck, except for this car had buckets, so I was able to get the Playboy bunny seat covers. Had to have those. Visors, I mean everything. We covered the whole dash in the fur. Buddy of mine and me were out one night screwing off and had to take a dump, and I didn't have anything to wipe my butt with, so I ripped the glove box fur off one night and just put a new piece on when I got home later on that night. That was pretty funny. We got into, that car was so little you'd drive up on sidewalks and do all kinds of silliness. We drove under semis that were parked, not on the highway, like no Fast and Furious type stuff. I got into wrecks with it, bumped into buildings and spun around on ice. We used to race them things thinking they were something special. But it was a real fun car, back from what I can remember. That was one of the first vehicles, the same buddy, Dave Wood, which is on Hardcore with me. We were probably one of the very first people to put red lights, at least in our era. We had them in the vents and had them in each fender well. We called them boat lights. They were kind of a bullet-shaped 12-volt bolt-on light bulb that it had the bracket even with it, if I remember right. You bought them at the auto parts store, so it had a red glow in our fender wells and inside these little side vents, if you know what a X19 looks like. And of course the tinted windows, the striped windows. And I think that was really pretty much, mine had the horrible racing discs on it, which I wish I would have just kept the factory wheels now, and I would have known how to lower it now, even without any money, because they were coilovers. We could have took them apart, cut the coils down a little bit, or heated them. Probably is what we would have done back then had we known. Not a good thing, but we would have done it, just being truthful. That's all I can really think of, as far as that car right now. I wish I could find a picture of it, and that's the thing. I know I've got a couple online, but I'm going through all my pictures here. If you guys could see how many pictures I have, that's a task in itself, and you get lost when you start looking through pictures. I'm like, oh, I remember that. So that's a difficult thing for me to do anyway, is just going through my pictures. But if I find any, they'll be in here, right here, down here. I don't know where I'm exactly at in this camera right now. So yes, you guys, you know what's up. Keep on trucking. We'll figure out what we can do, when we can do it, and we'll do it.